There's a teddy bear behind me. I'm gonna try to get it without looking. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Alright. Can you guys see the teddy bear? I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Did I get it? Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to another TV show review, and today we're going to talk about Arrow Season 6. Like many of you, I know Arrow is not as good as it used to be. You know, Arrow is just not the same anymore. Season 5 was really good, but still is nowhere near 1 and 2, and Season 6, it got a lot to live up to. But honestly, at this point, as a fan of the show, I'll take anything that's not Season 4. And I have to say, Season 6 is not, it's not great, okay? It's not, again, it's not 1 and 2. I don't think it's even better than Season 5, but I would put it somewhere, you know, like about the same with Season 3. Like, Season 3 has a really good start. The first half of Season 3 is really good. It's the last half that was bad. Season 6 has the same amount of good and bad episodes, but it was more sort of evenly spread out. So it was a much easier watch for a fan. You know, as a viewer, you get like 1 or 2 good episodes, and you get 1 or 2 bad episodes. With Season 3, you get a bunch of good episodes, then, you know, it just go downhill from there. This season also did not have the privilege of the flashback, because after 5 years, Olive Queen is out of the island. We no longer need the flashback, right? They no longer have like an extensive use of the flashback anymore. And I feel like with some of the earlier season, the flashback play a really big role, and now we no longer have that. It could suffer, like the pacing could suffer, and now they try to replace the flashback with like the political subplot, which is nowhere near as interesting. Nobody wants to see Oliver Queen as the mayor. We want to see Oliver Queen dressing up as the Green Arrow and kicking ass, and you got some of that, but it's just not enough. Like, you've seen it in Season 1. He would clean up a whole hallway. In Season 2, he went toe-to-toe with, you know, Slay. So there's a bit of inconsistency in the character, like how, you know, back then he's such a good fighter, like hand-to-hand combat. But now he just get defeated so easily by characters that nobody has even heard about, you know what I mean? So I do have a little bit of issue with that. But overall, I think this season is pretty good. Again, it's not as good as at 5, 1, or 2, but yeah, it's much better than 4, I'll tell you that. And it's about the same with Season 3, and, you know, having all the good episodes and bad episodes sort of evenly spread out. It's a much easier watch, and you start with a good episode and then you end it with a good episode. I thought the season finale did a really good job of, you know, surprising the fan, and they actually tried to do something different. They tried to, you know, go a different route, and I thought that was really clever. Really, really cool to see that you know, these writers, they're taking chances, and it feels like they are listening to the fan, and they are trying something new instead of, you know, just recycling, you know, Oliver Queen, you know, winning by the end of the finale. It felt like, you know, all these action, all this vigilantism finally got some type of consequences, and it was really refreshing. Stephen Amell, as always, is really good as Oliver Queen and the Green Arrow. You know, I've been watching a lot of clips from Season 1 and 2, and his acting, you know, was really good in those earlier seasons. Now, I'm not saying now he's bad. You know, his acting is not bad. He still delivered really good performances. It's just that it felt a bit redundant. Now it just felt a bit repetitive. Like the way he's delivered his line, it's just like, oh, I gotta save this city. Like he has this like really quiet, really deep voice that he keep using, you know. And sometimes you want a little bit more. Sometimes you want a little bit less. There's no like variety in his voice. He just have this one way of delivering lines. Sometimes very effective, sometimes not. But he's still pretty good. I would say his acting is not bad, but like compared to like Season 1 and 2, it's not as good. And the action in this season do feel a bit repetitive. Like it's very exciting, very entertaining to watch. But they have this sort of different approach to the action. I don't know if this is the low budget or like just I don't know why, but or like a different stunt team or whatnot. But the action felt, you know, they had this sort of like handheld, very shaky, but like is a long take. I feel like after Daredevil, Arrow's been trying to have all those like long take, but they're nowhere near as good as Daredevil. And you know, you kind of just accept that. You know, you could, you know, sit back and appreciate the stunt work and all the, you know, the good choreograph. But after a while, it just got all really fast. It's still really cool to see. You know, they got some neat trick with the arrows. One of my favorite part about Arrows is the title sequence. It's there's something so badass and so cool about that title sequence. And they actually did something really cool. They had some storytelling and some really very clever visual with the title sequence. And one more thing about this season that I really like, similar to season 5, is that they try to be more Oliver Queen driven. Like the story is more him and less of Felicity. There's nothing wrong with Felicity. It's just that she is a supporting character. Like when you focus too much on supporting characters, it's gonna ruin the show. I mean, watch what they're doing with the Flash. We can talk about that later. But you know, it's good to see that the supporting character, they, you know, sort of take a back seat and, you know, contribute where they need it. But overall, it's still an Oliver Queen story, a Green Arrow story, and you know, this season felt more focused, and it felt that, again, the creators are listening to the fan, that we want to see Oliver Queen and less of, you know, the olicity or the romance or the drama. Like you still have it. It's a CW show, so you can't really escape that. But it's good to see that they are trying to please Green Arrow fans instead of CW fans, which is good. I like that. This new villain, Caden James, he's very one-noted. Like, he has a clear motivation, but just the way, again, the acting for this character is not good. I have little to none investment in this character. But surprisingly, Caden James is not the main villain of the story. I want to say, like, somewhere, like, around midway through the season, they actually revealed the real villain, the real antagonist of the season. I'm not going to spoil who that is. But, you know, that's where the show really picked up and became really good. This villain, it took like a couple episodes to get used to him. At first I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. But they actually spend one episode, a whole episode, to flesh out this villain. You learn about his backstory, you learn about who he is as a person, and you learn just how good of a fighter, how good of a businessman, and how evil he is, but he has a good reason for it. So that was actually one of the better episodes this season. It's titled The Dragon. I really dig that episode. So if you're someone who's been wanting this show to go back to the, you know, season 1 and season 2 level, this season 6 is not that, but it is a really good follow-up to a great return to form that is season 5. And I feel like if you're a fan of the show, if you're a fan of Arrows, you've been following Arrows for a long time, by the end of the season, you will be very pleased. The side characters, they really took a backseat, and you know, they had their moments for sure, but this season is very Oliver Queen driven. The action, even though it's a bit repetitive at time, is still very entertaining. Very good stunt work and very practical. It had a very scary, very great villains, and I cannot wait to see what they do with this this mess that they created by the end of the season. The finale is pretty fantastic. The finale, I love this finale for a number of reasons. Number one, it took the characters that we all know and love to places that I did not expect. Secondly, they really try something new. They try to take the show to a very unexpected, very surprising, and after a really long time, I can finally say, as a fan of Arrow, that I am excited for next season. I'm gonna give Arrow season 6 a 7 out of 10. Hey guys, if you have got the chance to check out this season of Arrow, let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And if you enjoy my review, hit the like button, subscribe. You want to see more reviews like this. And with that being said, I'll see you soon.